as it is right now, we have all the players available for the game tomorrow. There is a question mark, a small question mark behind Luke Shaw. He has been training yesterday and today, but we have to wait and see if he's fully fit in order to be available for the game. All the other players are back in training and available for tomorrow.
With Bruno, was it a case of another false positive?
No, he was tested yesterday. He was tested negative, and that's the reason why he could train today.
Andrew Mitten.
Hi, Ralf. Tot me, Alex. It's a question for both of you. What do you want from the crowd tomorrow evening, Ralf? How important is it, and how can they affect your players for this huge game? And for Alex, you've played in Gremio, Inter, Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Besiktas, AC Inter, Porto, Benfica. How important is it for the fans to get behind you tomorrow night?
Seguramente importante mañana. Estamos primeramente bien en el partido, porque creo que así jugando bien estaremos con la afición con nosotros siempre. Es increíble como cuando jugamos en casa, porque la afición de United es increíble y nosotros dentro del campo sentimos positivamente. Ha sido así en el último partido contra Spurs y creo que va a ser también así y estamos muy listos.
Yes, I think quite like in the game against Spurs, we need both our players and our supporters to be on top form tomorrow night. Our supporters play a vital role. It's always a very special atmosphere at Old Trafford, even more so in international games. And in the end, they can be not only our 12th, but also our 13th player on the pitch. And make the difference. So making it a very special experience for everybody. But in the end, it's obviously up to us. We have to create those moments, and then I think the rest will automatically be done by our fantastic supporters.
David McDonald.
Hi, Ralf. Cristiano was obviously the star man on Saturday with his hat-trick. Do you have any concerns, given his age, 37, of the quick turnaround in games, of his availability, obviously because it's 72 hours between the two games, and is it unrealistic to expect the same kind of heroics from him? I'm not saying a hat-trick, but I mean he's the kind of guy that other players will look to inspire the team on a big night like tomorrow.
Well, I'm not worried that he has not been able to recover so far. He's always been a person who looks quite a lot after himself, his body, and he exactly knows what to do. So I'm not worried about that. If he can score another 3 goals, we will see. I mean, it's not so easy to score 3 goals against this team at all, but I think his overall performance was just good. If not even very good. And this is obviously what we hope to get from him again tomorrow night. But it's not only about Cristiano, it's about the whole team. We saw in the first half at Madrid what we shouldn't do, how we should not play. And this was obviously a big topic for us yesterday and today when we spoke pre-match about tomorrow's game. So we have to know what it takes and what it tactically takes. And the rest is all about energy. I think we were the team on Saturday against Spurs who were just wanted to win that game, and that was became obvious. Our supporters played a vital role. They realized how much we wanted to win that game, and tomorrow it will be similar.
Simon Stone.
Hiya, Ralf. You just mentioned about scoring goals, and Atletico have made a reputation of being very, very difficult to play against. How important is it to get the first goal? How important is it not to concede and give them an advantage and give them something to hold on to?
Yes, it's very important, even more so against a team like Atletico, who don't mind the other team having the ball. I mean, in the last 4 or 5 games they played, including their league games, they had less than 50% possession of the ball. So we are aware of that, and we need to make sure that we, if possible, don't concede at all. But yes, it would be definitely important to score the first goal ourselves.
Samuel Luckhurst.
Hi, Ralf. I just wanted to ask you about Rafael Varane. When he and Harry Maguire have been on the pitch this season, the team haven't lost a game. Rafael Varane's been missing for probably the worst defeats this season. How important is his presence in that back four, and how much more stable do you think the defence is when he is there?
Yes, it's very important, but with Victor Lindelof, we have also won quite a few games and played well and had quite a few clean sheets. So right now we have top players for the center of defense, and will not be so easy for me to take that decision for tomorrow. Also, when Victor came on in the last 10-15 minutes, he played well. But as I said, it's good to have Rafa fully fit again, and it's also good that that we looked after him and he looked after himself, not playing too early again. So now he seems to be fit on a regular basis and can play for us regularly.
Fred Caldera.
Hi, Alex and Ralf. I have to ask in English, Alex. Sorry, but of course, to look at the Champions League trophy sounds not very realistic right now, but it is the only real chance of trophy you have this season. So how much of a blow would be to be knocked out tomorrow for the season?
If I were you, I would ask that question completely in a different way. I would ask how much of a boost would it be if we win the game tomorrow? And this is exactly how we go into the game tomorrow. We have a fantastic opportunity to be in the top 8 teams of Europe if we beat them tomorrow. And this is exactly what we're trying to achieve. I think the game against Tottenham showed on which level we can play. And with another 10 or 20% on top of that, I'm sure we can also win the game tomorrow.
Obviamente que el partido mañana es crucial, es importantísimo para la caminada que tenemos en la Champions. Nosotros cuando jugamos esta competición queremos siempre soñar lo más alto nivel. Obviamente que queremos ganarla, pero para ganarla para estar entre los 8 tenemos que hacer bien mañana y jugar bien. Y estamos listos para eso.
Rob Dawson.
There's a question for Alex, if possible. You talked there about having the possibility of being in the top 8 teams in Europe. Over the last 10 years, it's not a stage that Manchester United have reached that often. Is that a surprise, given the size of the club?
Obviamente que United siempre tiene que pensar en ganar todas las competiciones que juega. Obviamente que no estamos contentos con los últimos años, pero habíamos trabajado mucho para eso y creo que este año tenemos una oportunidad de cambiar las cosas. Para cambiar, seguramente tenemos que hacer grandes entrenamientos, grandes partidos, y mañana una oportunidad de cambiar todo eso con partido difícil y mirar cada vez más partido a partido.
Neil Custis.
Oh, hi, Ralf. Just on what you were saying before, making an impression in this tournament for Manchester United, i.e. going further, the last 8, maybe the last 4, is so important to their name around Europe and re-establishing it, isn't it?
Yes, but for us it's more about our own sportive ambition. And we are highly ambitious. We want to proceed. We want to show that we can compete with the best teams in Europe. And therefore, we will try everything to win the game tomorrow.
Sony Sports India.
Hi, Ralf. This is Rohit from Sony Sports India. Just wanted to ask, how important a role do you think the fans will play and Old Trafford will play in tomorrow's match? We know how crucial it can be for Manchester United going forward, and the age-old Old Trafford has seen plenty of great Champions League nights. How big a role do you think the fans will play tomorrow?
I think we had that question earlier on, and even more so on international games. In international games, they play a very important role, getting behind the team, making it a very special atmosphere. And I think the supporters are the ones that we can rely on. And on what kind of level, on what kind of energy that happens, it's up to us. I think Antonio Conte, after the game, said that it was a very difficult atmosphere for them to play. And this is probably one of the biggest compliments that you can get. The head coach of the opponent says that after a game.
Pablo Higuera.
Sí, hola, ¿qué tal? Una pregunta para el entrenador. Soy Pablo Ejea del diario Marca. Yo le quería preguntar por Juan Mata, que es un jugador que en España tiene muy buen cartel, es muy querido y muy alabado. Y con usted apenas ha tenido 4 partidos esta temporada. Quería saber si es que ha tenido algunos problemas físicos o es un jugador que no se adapta mucho a su sistema de juego. Muchas gracias.
Well, he's also very, very popular in our group. I think everybody likes Juan a lot, and he can still play on this level, but it's a question of competition. We have quite a few players for those midfield places, and I will also have to decide and choose between 5 or 6 players for the places for tomorrow's game.
That you mentioned about reaching the final 8. In terms of how the season's panning out for the club at the moment, would winning the competition this season to go and qualify for next season's competition actually become a better option than finishing in the top 4?
Well, it doesn't matter in which way we would qualify for Champions League next season. The question is what is more realistic, and tomorrow it's Champions League, and obviously we want to try everything that we possibly can to win the game tomorrow and then hopefully be in the last 8. But I mean, there are, even if we manage to do that, there are a few other good teams in the competition. And in 3 weeks, we have the next Premier League game against Leicester at home, and we will still try to push and do everything to win the next games in the Premier League. We're fully aware that we should not be dropping points anymore in none of the games. Right now, Arsenal is in good shape. They won again yesterday at home against Leicester. So for us, it's clear that we have to look after ourselves and make sure that we win all the next upcoming games in the Premier League. But tomorrow, it's a different competition. It's Champions League. And as I said, I think everybody in the squad, everybody in the staff is highly motivated, and we cannot wait for the kickoff tomorrow.
Keith Downing.
Hi, Ralf. You said on Saturday that was Cristiano's best performance since you took over at Manchester United. What do you think prompted that performance from him to do so well?
Well, it's difficult for me to answer that question. There was a lot of discussion before that game. But I think he just showed what kind of professional player he is, and what he can still, and what kind of level he can still play. And for us, it's important with performances like the one that he showed. He's still a very important player in this team. He can make the difference. And also tomorrow for us, it would be good to have him to show a similar performance that he did against Tottenham.
Jerry Liu.
Hi, Ralf. Ronaldo scored a hat-trick at the weekend. He played well in that formation. So will you adjust the starting lineup in this game since players like Bruno Fernandes may come back?
Yeah, I have to make that decision by tomorrow. So it's possible that we have some new players in the starting 11, but there is not that much reason to change too many positions. We will see. To start with, it's good to have everybody available. That's better than missing out 5 or 6 players.
We'll go to the last 2. The first for Paul Hurst and the last for Simon Peach.
Hey, a question for Alex, please, if you don't mind. How much of a lift does it give you guys, the team, when Cristiano is playing like he did on Saturday at his very, very top level?
No solo para mí, más también para todos que están mirando el partido, los jugadores que están ahí jugando con él. Es importante tener Ronaldo en su más alto nivel. Sabemos su historia en el fútbol, sabemos cuántos goles tiene, el impacto que tiene en el vestuario, el impacto que tiene el fútbol. Entonces, cuando estás así, on fire, creo que para nosotros es increíble. Nosotros queremos ayudarlo y él también importante que siempre quiere nos ayudar. Así tenemos un equipo muy fuerte.
Simon Peach.
Also a question for Alex, if that's okay. Just wanted to ask you about the battle for left back with Luke Shaw. You seem to have come on a bit this season. Do you feel more comfortable wearing, 18 months into your career at United? And secondly, you've got a lot of Champions League experience under your belt. What kind of night are you expecting tomorrow? What kind of battle?
La primera pregunta, obviamente yo tengo un respeto muy grande por Luke, no solo por él, pero por todos los jugadores del equipo. Yo sé la historia que Luke tiene en el United. Yo he venido aquí para ayudar desde que llegué el primer día. Obviamente que el primer año no ha sido un poco no tan fácil, pero creo que en esta temporada me siento muy mejor. Estoy trabajando mucho y yo soy un jugador para ayudar. El míster que tiene la decisión de quién juega y yo creo mucho que quien juega va a dar su mejor. Pero digo, como antes, tengo respeto grandísimo por él y nos vemos muy bien aquí dentro del campo. La segunda pregunta, obviamente, que es una competición que me gusta mucho. Tengo más de 50 partidos entre Champions y Europa League. Entonces, creo que es una competición que los detalles son importantes. No soy yo como los jugadores que tienen aquí tienen mucha experiencia. Entonces, creo que mañana estaremos listos para lo que pase en el partido y sabemos que es un partido.